finna get this cake, we straight. Hellcat scratch, we gon' slide today. I bet he don't try, we gon' ride with Case. 556, better open his face. I done look Cali, we mobbing with Tay. I don't do the beef, we'll shoot up your rate. Shot up in Lennox, he won't touch my chain. Rock out a show and then hop on the plane. Ayy, new to your drip, 50K spin on the wrist. And honestly, really ain't shit. Slide through the VIP, you and your bros will get hit. MBG play with them sticks, we ain't with the talking, no, not at all. Lock through the bark and I ride with some dogs. Ain't playing the league, but a nigga gon' ball. Put bread on his head, he got caught at the mall.
Yeah, they know what it is, they know who I am. My low-key bins, it don't make no sound. I trap me hard, got a whole lot of pounds. Them boy won't smoke, got a whole lot of rounds. My crew getting money, your whole crew clown. My brother went fed and I'm holding it down. Even though I'm rapping, I ain't making a sound. If my bros sworn, they gon' take it down. Right, let it Samiri, I be jerked the fuck down. You show me you don't care, so I don't give a fuck now. I don't pay my earn lease, cause they be stealing my style. I be busting my guns, I love to hear about. I ain't fuck with no hoe, they be running her mouth. Be wearing face year and it piss me off. On the swats, we hit these beats and we swap them out. Yeah, bodies get dropped, they ain't getting soft. I be out shopping, all in the mall. I might fall back, but I ain't never gon' fall. I catch one of the odds, I'm sure my straws. Screaming for the bro, put their name in my song. I been smoking starters out, know I'm fucking them alone. Way big on the low, yeah, I been going down. I count the 100, I down there, brought my thumb.
Finna get this cake, we straight. Hellcat scratch, we gon' slide today. I bet he don't try, we gon' ride with Case. 556, better open his face. I done look Cali, we mobbing with Tay. I don't do the beef, we'll shoot up your rate. Shot up in Lennox, he won't touch my chain. Rock out a show and then hop on the plane. Ayy, new to your drip, 50K spin on the wrist. And honestly, really ain't shit. Slide through the VIP, you and your bros will get hit. MBG play with them sticks, we ain't with the talking, no, not at all. Lock through the bark and I ride with some dogs.
Alright, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. We got a very special guest on the show today, comedian Bubba. How you doing?
What's good, family?
So, first off, man, tell the people where you from.
Hey, man, it's your boy Bubba Dub. I'm from Texas, East Texas, Alto, Texas. That's where I'm from.
So, for all the people that ain't been to Alto, Texas, just kind of describe the circumstances, obstacles you had to overcome.
Shit, ain't no motherfucking thing done. Ain't no restaurants, ain't no McDonald's, ain't none of that shit there, man. It's homegrown food. Whoever you cook in the house, what the fuck you gonna eat? We still pick peas down there. It's the South for real. Number red dirt. Can't wear no white shoes down there. This shit out of there. So that's basically where I'm from. My town, I really know well with good people. So.
Household?
Yeah. My mom and dad, I grew up with my parents in the household. My father got sick. He had lupus. You know, y'all probably heard of that. It couldn't work. It fucked with your blood. Blood flow to your hands and shit, so he had to get like 4 or 5 fingers cut off and shit. So basically my mama really did all the work and shit like that. I got 3 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the baby. So that's my family.
That's what's up. So as far as like your childhood, teenage years, did you play any sports, anything like that?
I'm very athletic. Definitely played sports, football, basketball, track, baseball, and all this shit. It was good at all of it. So yeah, most definitely sports.
Okay. So growing up, man, who were some of your favorite comedians?
Favorite: Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac, Red Fox, of course, Martin Lawrence. You know, the guys. You know, especially people with the TV shows and stuff like that. I look up to, still look up to them to this day. It's the blueprint they said. I just try to follow and do better.
Just regular childhood, going through your teenage years. Where did comedy come about? Like, how did that?
I guess, you know, my mama was, you know, always funny, but ever since I can remember, I've been funny. Ever since I can remember, I always been entertaining older people. I always draw a crowd and make everybody laugh. So, this shit, comedy, man, that shit gotta be in you. It can't be on you, bro. It's gotta be in you. You know, a lot of times, a lot of comedy days, people trying to force that shit. You can't force it. That shit gotta be organic. It gotta be natural. So I always been funny long as I can be.
When you, at what point in your life that you decided that you wanted to be a comedian? Was it after you started doing videos or?
Nah, I was doing this shit. I wanted to be a comedian before. You gotta be wanting to do something before video. I don't just do videos to be funny. I put that shit out because it's real life. It's me. It's who I am. Man, I always been funny, bro. I always knew I could be a comedian. We just about me just putting that shit for world to see. So, that's what that was about.
Nice. You're a comedian and you want to pursue it. What was that first big break for you?
I ain't gonna say it really wasn't no big break. Really, just me grinding. I already knew this shit was gonna come, man. I feel like I really ain't got my big break yet, even though the world see it and embracing it. Me personally, I just gotta keep working. I can look at it as no big break. I ain't got 20, 30 million in the account, so it ain't no big break for me yet. You know what I'm saying? Where I can just sit back and be like, I'm gonna take a whole year off. But it's not a big break for me yet. I don't get off or get excited about what I'm doing. I'm supposed to do this shit. I'm funny. So I'm supposed to. Not even really a big deal for me. I got dreams and aspirations, you know what I'm saying? I want to come down and be race with the stars, you know what I'm talking about? My shit though, you know? I got dreams of that shit. I'm trying to fulfill them too, you know what I'm saying? I keep my head on the right path and keep pushing that shit definitely gonna happen.
You know, when you first start doing something, get a little traction. When you had that first viral moment, man, and then they come consistently after that. How was that?
You couldn't tell me shit that first viral video. I thought I was gonna be rich. I called everybody I knew, niggas just rap. Fuck y'all niggas is over. That gets how I feel back then. But man, that shit, once you start doing that shit consistently, you know what I'm saying, become natural, you become normal. Ain't nothing like going viral. That shit feel good, but it's supposed to go viral. I want to do some shit ain't nobody done. I want 800 million people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to do, 800 million. Shit like that.
And putting the videos out and you get into the industry with comedians. When did you do your first stand-up? Around what year?
2017. 2017. I would go to open mics in Houston and Dallas and try to get on and perform. And I started learning that a lot of these places was all about who you knew. Like we all put our name in a bowl. Name never got picked. They was only picking the motherfuckers from there.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was like, this cool. Let me keep motherfucking grinding to the point where I'm gonna have my own date per year, motherfucker. And that's exactly what I did. I stuck with this shit, and here I am today. So, fuck them open mics.
So, what's something that caught you by surprise, man, about the industry, like that you did?
Fake them motherfuckers. Niggas really be broke. Niggas you be seeing on the internet thinking they really got it, broke them motherfuckers.
Wow.
Don't let that shit fool you. Like these hoes be fine. Hoes ain't got no furniture in their apartment. Ain't nothing in that motherfucker but makeup and tampons. So you gotta be careful, man. Looking at these females thinking they this and that. They got it. You know, they got a wee da-da. I'm telling you, you gotta be careful on this shit. And the best thing to keep you alive is mind your motherfucking business. So that's what I tell you.
Out of all the comedians that you met, you know, you still in the beginning of your comedian stand-up journey, who's that one comedian that been in the game that took you under their wing? Like,
I really ain't had nobody really take me under their wing yet, bro. Honestly, I just bumped into Mike Else. We've been chopping it up. Shit, tonight I just bumped into DL here. We chopping it up. So I really never had no comedian that been in the game a long time and just wrap me around the arm and just really show me the way. But it's coming. It's coming. It might come from Mike. It might come from DL. It might come from somebody else. I don't know. But I really ain't had that one comedian yet, bro. Just put me in the game alone and just really sit down with me, you know what I'm saying? Give me the do's and the don'ts. So I'm really out here freelancing this shit, making it look good in the motherfucker. Really got that much knowledge to the game.
Putting out videos and being funny and organizing a show.
Anybody can put out videos and be funny, but anybody can take that many people get on stage and put together for 45 minutes to an hour. You can be consistently funny, consistently making motherfuckers laugh. Everybody can't do that shit. It's a gift. It takes talent. I know a lot of times we get caught up in looking on the internet like, oh man, I can go up there and tell some jokes. No, the fuck you can't. All because people in your clique tell you funny, you funny. Yeah, you funny there. You get out of this real motherfucker where you can't make nobody give a money. So this shit is an art. You can't play with it. You gotta be serious about this shit, bro. The stand-up game is some different shit to keep you alive, bro. This done broke plenty of comedians down who thought they was funny. Broke them down when they don't even do this shit. So you gotta be in, you got to work on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make this bitch mine. I'm gonna make love to it. Like, growing up, you know, niggas like running train on hoes. I I'd rather go first. Cause I'm gonna make love to this bitch. I'm not gonna go. Ain't nobody going behind me, my nigga. You could be sitting there waiting on the door. I'm not coming out this bitch. And when you do come out and you try to holler at her, she gonna shoot her face up at you. You know what I'm saying? They have to put work in this bitch, right? Yeah, that's just the way I look at the game, the way I treat this shit.
So, kind of explain, man. I be talking about this all the time, like with my buddies. Like, when you first start seeing success, start making more money than what you used to. Kind of explain how difficult it is cutting people off, dealing with family members.
I'm dealing with that shit now. I'm dealing with shit now. You cut motherfuckers out, man. But man, come from, man. I come from poverty, bro. Shit, I was making $30,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? When you start going from $30,000 a year to over $250,000, over $500,000, there's a big motherfucking change of money. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I spend $60,000 on clothes. You know what I'm saying? On clothes, I was Saks every week, nigga. I ain't tripping because I know I can spend $2,000-3,000. I ain't tripping because I know that shit will come right back. Right. So it's about gaining knowledge and being more self-controlled of what I'm doing, being aware of what I'm doing now. Man, that shit feel good though. You know what I'm saying? To be able, once you start getting money for a minute, that shit don't mean shit to you. I just get me regular polo down. I'm good. Back then I had to have the Louis, all that shit, Versace, all that shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't like nobody for still doing it, but that's just not on me. That's just not what I'm making on life. Young, I can put a white t-shirt on and be good. It's just me. When you get that kind of money, boy, you always look at everybody else buying this shit, so you want to go and get it, but you don't have it. Once you start getting that shit for a man, that shit don't mean shit to you, because you really done it. So that's what that shit is, man. There ain't nothing like getting money. You can never have enough money. I mean, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos show us that they ain't doing it with money, so why should I? Sometimes we get a few dollars in our pockets when we come from places. I'm cool with that. I'll keep working. You never know. This shit gonna play out. This shit gonna die down. You always gotta save your money for a rainy day.
Man, kind of explain your relationship with Floyd, man. What type of gems he be giving you, guys?
That's my big brother. That's family, man. Floyd like us, bro. Regular nigga, man. Been done a lot of shit that the word man can't say. Got a lot of motherfucking money. Floyd good people, man. Floyd just want to see a nigga win. He want to see black people win. Floyd helped a lot of people. He don't broadcast it or put it on camera. Floyd take care of a lot of people, man. Floyd, like the world. Floyd smart than a motherfucker. Contrary to what people say. Floyd smart motherfucker, got good people in his camp. He got people around him that's smarter than him. That's what you do. You get motherfuckers around you that's smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? That's where you learn this shit. Right. Floyd a real nigga. He just like me, he a real nigga. He's got that paper. You know what I'm saying? He got that, real money, not that bullshit. That real. He got that real motherfucking money. He gonna let you know it too. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it. When you're around that nigga, it's aura. Everything. I feel that shit.
What's your short and long term goals right now? What's your
movies, bro? Big time movies, not on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? I love Tubi, but fuck Tubi. But shout out to the people that go and watch my shit on Tubi. But big movies, Paramount, Disney. I want to do it all, bro. I want a big ass movie trailer when y'all come on set. That bitch big and bitch. That's my goal, bro, to be a big movie star. And bring up and coming people on too. That's my goal, man. I can't even take this shit with me when I die. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to share my knowledge to help the next woman or a man come along and do the same thing. A lot of us forefathers and women who are coming forward, they get the knowledge, they gonna tell us a motherfucking thing. I want to be able to share this shit with somebody.
Just in general, how do you want people to perceive you?
Comedian, man. I done it my motherfucking way. I come from the bottom to the top. I ain't take no shortcuts. I ain't take the elevator. I took the stairs. And shit, did it my way. Ain't too many people can say they did it the way I did it. I did it my way. I took some snitchy shit and made that shit cool, even though it's not cool. You understand? I did it in an entertainment way of showing people how snitches really are. You know what I'm saying? That's art. To take some shit that so and make motherfuckers laugh at that shit. You know how hard that is to do? Niggas don't play about snitching, my nigga. Niggas get killed for snitching, but I took some shit, publicized that shit, make that shit to what it is now. I took some shit and it made Pop Smoke out. Think about it. Some snitching shit. Around the hardest niggas in the world made niggas laugh. I had niggas from the federal penitentiary reach out to me on IG like, bro, keep that shit going. Cause that's how you bitch ass niggas really is in the real world. Keep that shit going. Keep exposing these niggas. So you can't get no better than this shit, bro. He started snitching on you, come home. And that shit, and then he started snitching on me. And I was already doing that shit. How niggas are, and that shit just fucking hit like, fuck, how did you know this shit? It is what it is. I'm just a creator. Just creative, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes art come to life. It came to life. Here I am to this day.
In top 5, man, Mount Rushmore, comedians.
Richard Pryor, you know what I mean? Bernie Mac too. Well, not in particular order, but you know, number one definitely Richard. Richard, Bernie. I'm gonna go with Mike Epps. I'm gonna go with Earthquake 4. Cause my shit changes for people. 85.
So, when you look back at your journey so far, what's them, say, 2 moments that stick out right now that you'll never forget for the rest of your life?
Shaq calling me. Shit, my kids been on. Honestly, my kids been on. Shit. Told a big deal. Looking at my phone. Cause I had gave Shaq my number. You know, and I keep my phone on, do not disturb. A lot of people are like, hey, I'm at the crib, I guess. Don't be bothered. And then I look at my phone, I see a missed call from a certain number. What the fuck is this? Then a video text come through the Shaq. Motherfucker wanna answer your phone. So when I'm calling him back, cause I see who it is now, FaceTime, and he talk shit, oh, now you wanna motherfucker answer your call when you see it's me. And then he put Dwayne Wade and Candace Parker on the phone. I'm like, hey, what's up? That shit was crazy. That shit was dope as fuck.
2023 and beginning 2024, what you got coming?
Stay tuned. I stopped letting my left hand over the right hand doing it. A lot of times we talk about shit, and evil spirits knock it down. So all I can say now is stay tuned. Cause some shit coming. Just stay tuned. It's coming. Arrive tour, new tour,
How many days you got set?
Man, I done about 60 shows, bro. My upcoming shows, I'm gonna be in Cincinnati, Cleveland, Memphis, Philly. And just tune in, man. I got a lot of shit coming. You're gonna love this shit too.
But with you on social media and all that.
You can keep up with me. You catch me on IG, Bubba Dub 94. You catch me on Facebook, like page, Bubba Dub Jr. YouTube, Jerry Bubba Dub Morgan, or TikTok, The Real Bubba Dub. If you just want to be lazy, just Google me, Bubba Dub, and then pop up. Come holler at your boy.
A brief background about me, man. I moved to Louisville 3 years ago. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I was in the military for 8 years. I got medically retired because I hurt my knee in Afghanistan. So when I got military, I was like, people was like, man, you should start a podcast. So I started it right when the pandemic happened in 2020. Started doing all audio episodes. August of last year, I got my first big interview with Derez, Deshaun, and Charlie Lowe Jr. in the same month. And I ended up doing a little flip a couple of months after that. And then my biggest interview was Freeway Ricky Ross from Otherwise. I just did him 3 months ago.
Oh, yeah. That's what you forget some more good. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. Keep this more open up. It's all about elevation. That's dope shit. Really, I appreciate what you did for us too all over the country, man. No fucking way I don't know. Salute to you, bro.
I went in straight out of high school, man. And went in the regular Army. And then once I got to my first unit, Special Forces, Business Light Unit, it was like they were looking for people to try out. I'm 19, best shape of my life, challenged myself, made the Special Forces team. They basically like the teams that get sent out to the big bosses like Ben Lai, people like that. Like they're the leader of the elite. So I had to learn how to jump out of planes, rappel out of helicopters, all this stuff, teach you all these different fighting styles and shit like this. So, like I went to Afghanistan twice, been to 8 different countries. So, yeah, military, I always say military, I tell anybody like they go to high school, like if they don't know what they want to do, go to the military because it's going to give you 2 things you need in life, accountability and discipline. And you'll be able to stack money and you don't really got to spend it like that unless you want to. So that's what you need, especially and then you get to go to school for free.
Can't beat that.
Free medical and everything. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. And anytime you want to come on, man, like I do episodes all the time. I got like 7 months worth of content right now that's ready to drop.
Shit. Good work. Fuck with it.
Yeah, I got episodes coming out all the way through March of 2024 right now.
Oh shit.
All streaming platforms, watch his videos, pop out at his shows if you're traveling on the road out of town. And make sure y'all stay tuned and subscribe to the Eric J. the Great podcast. I'm on all streaming platforms, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, everything, man. And more dope guests, more dope content on the way. Shout out to my camera, Jeezy, man. See Jeezy Visuals, follow him on Instagram, book him for anything you're trying to do, music videos, anything like that. And that concludes another episode, man.
Shot up in Lennox, he won't touch my chain. Rock out a show and then hop on the plane. Ayy, new to your drip, 50K spin on the wrist. And honestly, really ain't shit. Slide through the VIP, you and your bros will get hit. MBG play with them sticks, we ain't with the talking, no, not at all. Glock through the bark and I ride with some dogs. Ain't playing the league, but a nigga gon' ball. Put bread on his head, he got caught at the mall. Ayy, how you run off and ain't getting nothing? Niggas ain't real, they can't be friends. They 15,000 on new track runs. Got hitters on go, put hoes in stomach. How you gon' speak about me, try to leech off me? Can't trust no nigga for nothing. I get the packs and it off like I'm playing. Big bag with good gas, we run. Poppin' these sprays, I been loaded off steroids. Still for the pain, ain't making no better. My niggas gon' slide, they applying that pressure. 4 shells, have them leaking on this denim. MBG slide with them K's. 4 BF strap with them Drakes. Little nigga don't come round this way. We putting our ops to the grave. Hellcat swerving the A. Hit a lick and then go catch a play. I brought them racks out the bank. Can't swim with the sharks in the tank. Don't play with them boys cause you know they gon' bang. A couple of steppers with ring. You die if you think it's a game. Traumatized, I been filled up with pain. I'm finna get this cake, we straight. Hellcat scratch, we gon' slide today. I bet he don't try, we gon' ride with K's. 556, better open his face. I done look Cali, we mobbing with Tay. I don't do the beef when we shoot up your rate. Shot up in Lennox, he won't touch my chain. Rock out a show and then hop on the plane. Ayy, new to your drip, 50K spin on the wrist. And honestly, really ain't shit. Slide through the VIP, you and your bros will get hit. MBG play with them sticks, we ain't with the talking, no, not at all. Glock through the bark and I ride with some dogs. Ain't playing the league, but a nigga gon' ball. Put bread on his head, he got caught at the mall.
Did nobody see that? Them boys is back in town. Damn, that you wasn't all that, and you didn't have to be. The defense raw, yeah, like uncooked ground meat. I'ma go and say it now. Even though it's one game, Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Boy, I told y'all. Boy, y'all see Jerry and Steven up there standing in the press box, happy. What? Defense playing like that, you know the offense gonna eventually catch up. Ooh, see, I know you sick of that New England trash. Let's go. Cowboys want to know. Let's go.